Having a court reporter is one of the most important things an attorney can have, because having accurate transcript of the record and what occurred can really benefit the proceedings for appeal or just for purposes of trial.
When you're doing things like a deposition, I feel like the court reporter is there as sort of this neutral person to keep everyone sane and calm.
They are the ones who take all the transcription on a deposition, and without them, you cannot take a deposition.
Oh my God, are you kidding? If my boss gets to a depo and there's no court reporter, you know, it's death of a case, death of me. It's impossible. We can't work without them.
Without court reporters, my job would be horrible. Everything would take forever, and it would just make things so much worse.
It would be a huge pain in the you-know-what and would take a lot of time away from stuff that I probably need to be focusing on.
Nothing would ever be accurate. Everything would be jumbled and a mess because I wouldn't have a proper record of anything.
It would be almost impossible because you guys make sure that all the information that we need to get from our witnesses is taken down accurately, make sure that things get to us on time, make sure that we're kind of keeping our own time on things we need to be doing on our cases, so it would be impossible.
It'd be a disaster.
It would be very difficult for me to conduct business without having a court reporter.
They keep everything, they document everything, they are essential to the case.
I wouldn't be able to prove any of my cases if I didn't have everything written down.
I would have carpal tunnel syndrome from having to write everything.
They're the life of the case. They're essential to the cases.
Documenting exactly what went on in the manner that it happened, it can't be overstated how important that is.
A lot of people say things without thinking, and it's great to have those court reporters take down stuff so you can go back and say, hey, buddy, this is what you said. You can't go back on your word.
I enjoy the actual people that I get to work with, the court reporters themselves. I get to learn about them, they're friendly, we have chit-chat before and after. It makes the job more fun.
I also just like talking to people and meeting new people, and all of the court reporters that I've had are really talkative and friendly.
Well, I like to talk to them about, the day before, confirming the cases.
And they have very interesting things to say, and most of them remember me.
They're always really friendly and helpful.
Especially here, you guys are super polite, super friendly. Everyone is really pleasant. I haven't had a bad experience here.
They're always nice. Every time you go to a court reporter's office, there's always a lot of coffee and candy and soda and everything.
The fantastic candy and snacks that they have here is probably my favorite part.
And, it's always fun to be around them.
My boss had a court reporter who had a hiccup problem, and every time that he kept interrupting and he couldn't concentrate because he would have like constant hiccups. So I couldn't use him anymore.
Aww.
But it wasn't with Orange and Eagle.
Yay! Well, poor guy.
A long time ago.
Poor guy with the hiccups.
Yeah.
So one time I was really disrespected, and I had another female court reporter that day, and so after the man left, she came up to me and told me how she agreed with me and was on my side, and we kind of had a little fun laugh about the guy. So
I did once have a court reporter that totally missed 3 or 4 minutes of an entire hearing transcript.
So what happened?
We had to hire Orange Legal.
I know there have been a few times where I had a deponent not show up, so me and the court reporter sat together eating candy for a long time, and that was fun.
We had to do an examination under oath on the back staircase because I'll say unreasonable attorney claimed he was sick and would not go forward with an examination under oath. So that was pretty funny right there. I don't think anything else is going to top that.
A new court reporter showed up for trial one day and did not show up the second day because she thought the trial was over after one day.
That's not funny.
That was funny to everybody there because we didn't have a court reporter, and it was her first week on the job, and she didn't realize that trials last more than one day. So that was eventually funny.
She did not work for Orange Legal, for the record.
I don't know who she worked for, but it was not funny at the time, but it's funny now.
I'm sure that a lot of them would say that they're funny answers, but just some of the cases that we've had to deal with, some of the characters we've had to deal with, those are always entertaining. We've had walkouts. That's kind of my thing around here, that a lot of the people walk out on the depots. I don't know why I'm such a pleasant person, as you can see.
You are.
So, but that'll probably be it. Just some of the characters we've dealt with in the depositions.
just a couple weeks ago, I called a court reporter, not an Orange Legal court reporter, it was another court reporter on a case that someone else hired them to do a job. And I was just following up on a transcript, and I called her, and when I called the court reporter, I said, you know, my name is Monica, and I'm calling with X insurance company. And she said, oh, no, I'm not interested in buying insurance. Boom, hangs up the phone, and I'm like, uh-oh, okay, well, this is, you know, obviously she doesn't know who I am because I deal with Orange Legal reporters all the time, but this one reporter had no idea who I was, so she just hung up the phone on me. And so I called her again and said, listen, I'm calling from the insurance company, but wait, let me explain. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I just need a transcript of the deposition that you took. So she was like, oh, Mom, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I don't know what I would do without court reporters.
Thank God for court reporters.
The job would be impossible to complete without the use of court reporters.